Confiscate the money. That girl is a real proud beast. Small world, all her friends know me.
So we're back at the brand new episode of the Cincinnati Stingers MyLEAGUE here in NBA 2K17. Last episode we won 82 games, went undefeated in the entire season, and won the NBA championship on top of that. But this season we're number 1 in power rankings once again. Obviously 82-0 last season. It was a great regular season last year, but obviously we did not go 82-0 this season to go and match the record, as you lose 2 games there to go 9-3, now 14-3, 14-4. So we're having not that bad of a season. I know for sure that we weren't going to beat that record, even tie, because literally it's impossible to beat that record unless you go undefeated the entire season, not including playoffs. So I mean, I don't know, it's almost impossible to include playoffs just based on injuries and stuff, because we had a lot of injuries for the season, even though we did go 82-0. Chris Mayo getting injured in the playoffs, or right before the playoffs, was a huge miss, and obviously that's probably why we lost only 2 games in the playoffs. But right now, we're going to go into this trade deadline here, obviously re-signing Nick Cheeks and Shane Wheeler for the future, but Wheeler, Cheeks, Mayo, and Jenkins are all All-Stars this year, so it's pretty cool to see that. 4 All-Stars from one team, but man, I didn't even think that was even possible for right now. But Chris Mayo is in the dunk contest and nobody in the 3-point contest for this one. But when it comes to your stars and elites, you do have Chris Mayo on there obviously for the first or second year. And Nick Cheeks is number 1 in MVP right now, 25 points per game, 12.3 assists per game. He is killing it with a double-double average. And Fred Aldridge and Francis Jenkins are both neck and neck for 6th man of the year on one team. So it's really cool to have that kind of competition on your team, because they play better. But 4th is Chris Mayo and most improved. But in this All-Star game though, I guess we played not that bad. As we're going into the next half of the season, 56-6 is a record. We're trying to go and match, or at least a record that he broke 2 seasons ago when he went 40 or 74-8. Right now, we're 72-8, 73-8, and 74-8 to end off the season. So we tie a record from a few years back, but Nick Cheeks is MVP for the season, so we finally get an MVP on our team, and finally there's an MVP in this league, not named Georges Patton right now. So Patton did not win this year, as Cheeks took home MVP, 2032 MVP, but Bryce Kelly is Rookie of the Year. Aldridge is the 6th man of the year, so he beat out Jenkins. Gilbert is most improved, and Kevin McHale is Coach of the Year, obviously with a 74-8 record. But Nick Cheeks, MVP for the first time in his career, first time on All-NBA first team too. So I guess that's what he has to do to go on the All-NBA first team. But All-NBA third team, you have Shane Wheeler and Chris Mayo, so they must have played very good this season together on the team. But all defensive right now, you have nobody there. All defensive second team, you have Lynn Morgan, who was on the Utah Jazz this season, because he went and signed a mega deal with them in the offseason to go and join there to be a star. But rookies, rookies, so we have nobody on the all-rookie team. But Chris Mayo ruptured right Achilles, done for the season for the playoffs. That is not good at all for us, as he's a huge part of our offense, and one of the reasons why we're even good. But obviously Wheeler, 27.8 points per game, 10th in the NBA. 16th is Cheeks with a 25.3 points per game and 12.2 assists per game. And then we have Jason Tatum right below him. We have Fred Aldridge on there, and we have Chris Mayo on there at 22.8 points per game. Plus all the way down here is Francis Jenkins at 39th. But those are stats for our season. Our season was great, obviously, 74-8. You can't have a better season than that unless you go 82-0 like we did last year. But our season not that bad. Nick Cheeks finally an MVP, so I'm pretty happy with that one. But our first round matchup in the playoffs is the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets, they're a pretty good team, I guess you could say that. They're not that bad. They do have Jason Tatum, but other than that, I guess, I don't know, they're okay. But you take up a 1-0 lead here. Shane Wheeler with a double-double in that game. Tatum a double-double in that one. 29 points, 13 rebounds for him. Now we're going to go to the next game, and we take a 2-0 edge over the Brooklyn Nets in this series. So Cheeks puts up 40, Aldridge puts up 40, Jenkins puts up 30, Wheeler puts up 22. All in a winning effort. So our stars dominate here. Going to game 3, we take game 3, obviously. We could take a 3-0 edge in this series. Aldridge 35 points, Jenkins 20, 4 and 10. And we're going into game 4. You're going for the sweep for the first time here in the playoffs so far. And we sweep them, obviously, 125 to 101 final. Ferguson puts up 23, Tatum puts up 26, and Ferguson puts up 10, 23, 7, and 10 on that game. So I guess, great game by us. Ferguson stood out on the bench. But going into the next matchup, we're facing the Chicago Bulls here in the semifinals. They have, I guess, an okay roster compared to the NBA, but compared to ours, it's domination compared to ours. So, but Shane Wheeler and Chris Mayo are out for extended periods of time. So we go and take a 1-0 edge here in this game here, as Aldridge puts up 39 and the crew plays very well. Now, game 2 of this series, we take a 2-0 edge in this game, as Nick Cheeks puts up 40 points, 2 rebounds, 11 assists for a double-double. And now going into game 3, we take game 3, so 6-game winning streak here so far, or not 6-game winning streak, what is that? I think a 7-game winning streak going here as we're going into game 4. You're going for the sweep in this series against the Bulls, and we're going to sweep them by winning 140-109 final in game 4. So Aldridge puts up 41 points in that game as we dominate them completely and move on to the Eastern Conference Finals to face the Charlotte Hornets, who were great a few years back, and now they're actually not that bad once again. So they're making a comeback here, trying to win NBA championships, but Bernie Boatwright's out, Shane Wheeler's out, and Chris Mail are out. So I mean, we're kind of on the shorthand here, but Nick Cheeks puts up 37 in a winning effort against the Chicago Hornets to go up 1-0 here in this series. So I guess we're not playing that bad, I guess. As we're going into game 2 here, trying to take game 2 to go up 2-0. And we're going to go take game 2, 118-106 final, as Cheeks puts up 53 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, 5 steals, 1 block. MVP playing like an MVP, unlike Steph Curry did in the finals last year. But now, going into this next game, we're trying to go take a 3-0 edge, as we do as we win 141-120 final against the Hornets. So Jenkins puts up 32, Cheeks 31, and everyone just plays well enough to go and take a 3-0 edge here against the Hornets in the Eastern Conference Finals. So we're trying to go for the sweep here, as they did not allow that. They win 145-133 final in game 4 to go and force a game 5. So they don't want to get swept, I guess, as we're going into game 5 now. And yeah, we win this one, 131-114 final. We're moving on to the NBA Finals for, I believe, like the 4th year in a row. I can't even count. That's how good we are this past few years. But moving on to the finals, we're facing either Houston or Memphis. And we're going to face the Houston Rockets once again here in the finals, in a finals rematch here, as they have a great team, though. Their team is not that bad. As we have Shane Wheeler out day to day, Chris Mail, a ruptured Achilles, out for the season, obviously, as they take a 1-0 edge here in game 1, as they somehow win this one with Wheeler back still. So I don't know how they won that one. It just didn't really make that much sense. Reflin played well, but Walsh didn't even have the best game against us either. So I don't know how they won that one, but we dominate them. I guess the next game, 127-104 final, as we make it a 1-1 game here, all tied up at 1 apiece in the NBA Finals. But Jinx puts up 17. We dominate them completely on the defensive side of the ball. As we're going into game 3 here, and we win this 134-106 final. Domination once again, as Cheeks puts up 35 points, and the crew plays well again, once again. But Joey Walsh puts up 36 in a losing effort here, as they're going into this game, and they win this one, 132-131 final. A 1-point victory for the Rockets here in the NBA Finals. That's crazy, as Cheeks puts up a double-double in a losing effort, and Walsh puts up 29, taking that W. So all tied up at 2 apiece here, as we're in Cincinnati, but they take this 110-107 final, and we're down 3-2 here in the NBA Finals, after we just put up a 74-8 season in the regular season. So I don't know how it's happening like this, as we're down here, but we are not out here. We have the willpower to come back in this series, as we have our first game in Houston here. All we gotta do is win in Houston, and then we could go play game 7 at home. But we win this 137-118 final. We're forcing a game 7 here in the NBA Finals once again. So Shane Wheeler, obviously Cheeks stepped up very well, as we're moving on to game 7 here in the NBA Finals. And I think we can go and win this one at home here. Home court advantage, as we're going to go and take this one slowly, obviously. As we win the first quarter, we win the second quarter, we win the third quarter so far, as we have a lead through 3.
And they've done it, the new NBA champions.
Well, they did it. And as they celebrate, you can just see the relief, the exhilaration that comes from winning it all.
You have to hand it to the entire organization. They work together to get right here.
And guys, what a reward for the fan base. I mean, I know one thing. They're going to enjoy this memory for a long, long time.
And we have enjoyed our time with you folks all season long. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long. Have a wonderful summer.
So the Stingers win their 7th NBA championship of their franchise, and Cheeks played very well. Wheeler played fantastic. Everyone played so well in the final last game 7, as we win our 7th championship year in the Stingers organization. That's so crazy to say that, but the Stingers have won the NBA championship once again. Nick Cheeks finals MVP plus regular season MVP. It spells a great season for him. 27.6 points per game in the finals. He deserves that one, obviously, as we're going to check out the playoff stats pretty quickly there, as I don't know, we just played well altogether. But going into player retirements, we do have Nerlens Noel, former Stinger for years, though. I think he was on the Stingers for about 10 years at that point. From 2028 to 29, all the way down to 2017-18. So a great career by Nerlens as well. As we have a few other retirements too, as we have Andrew Wiggins on the retires, we have Kristaps Porzingis retires on the Rockets, so he is denied a ring here. As Nikola Jokic also retires too, as a member of the Sacramento Kings, a longtime member actually too. Only 2 seasons, or only 2 teams, with the Nuggets and the Kings. But Andre Drummond retires too, as the Cavaliers retirement. But Patrick McCall retires, Ellingson retires, Chuck Diallo retires too. So actually quite a bit of retirements that are players I actually know, I guess. But Tyler Ulis, he retires again, as he spent 2 seasons on the Stingers, and I believe he won 6th Man of the Year at least one time in his career, as he was. I think he won a few years back, as he won it in 2023 over there, and I think he might have won it in Atlanta, I'm pretty sure. But now Tyler Lynn retires, Deontay Davis retires, Clint Fletcher, Max Wall, Jamie Brady, Ruben Cannon even retired too. He was a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner, as he won it twice in back-to-back 2023, 2024. But other than that, he didn't really do much, I guess. He's a long-time member of the Bucks, but other than that, not that much. As league meetings here, just horrible rules. I guess they're not that bad, but kind of weak rules there, as we decline all of them. But going to this draft lottery, though, it looks like the Timberwolves have the #1 odds here, as we're going to go and sit in this draft lottery, and it looks like the Miami Heat take home the first overall pick, the Pistons take home the 2nd, and the Timberwolves take home the 3rd. So I guess really doesn't impact us too much, as we go and sign Blake Griffin as our assistant coach and Cuba Gooding as our scout. Now let's get right into this draft though.
With the first pick in the NBA draft, the Miami Heat select the 19-year-old power forward from the University of Memphis. With the second pick in the NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Sean West from Texas Tech University. With the third pick in the NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Tim Carl from Utah State University. With the fourth pick in the NBA draft, the Miami Heat select Elton Townsend from Baylor University. We have a trade to announce. In the NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Stevie Buckner from the University of Oklahoma.
So another year, another crappy draft, I guess you can call it. Newman goes first overall. He was the #1 pick by everybody's draft board. But I mean, Newman, he's going to have a great career as he's 6'8", power forward, great body for a power forward. As I guess the rest of the draft pick's not that bad. You have Derek Favors Jr. going to the Mavericks. So that's pretty cool to see another junior of a former player going to another NBA team to go improve his berth. But going into this, we're going to re-sign Ronnie Day, Terrence Ferguson, Perkins, Coleman, and so on. But Jinx is the #1 player in the free agency, a pretty weak free agency, I guess. They're going to sign a whole stock of players, and that is a roster after the free agency, a pretty fast free agency, I guess, as it really didn't really do that much. There's teams the exact same as before, almost nobody new signed. And I guess on this episode off here, make sure to like, subscribe for more Stingers franchise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.